The fourth day for the Indian contingent has concluded at the Paris Olympics and the medal tally has gone up. The day started with shooting and there was good news that came from the duo of Sarabjot Singh, Manu Bhakar, and it ended with some disappointment though in the arcade of archery. It ended in heartbreak for Dheeraj. We'll talk about everything. We'll give a complete roundup as to what it was for the Indian team on day 4 of the Paris Olympics. Let's quickly start and tell you how is it that the day began. As I said, it started with some glory for the Indian team. Manu Bhakar, Sarabjot getting India the second bronze medal for the Indian team. For Manu, an individual second medal as well, and for Sarabjot though, the man who wanted to pursue football at one point, he also finishing, although he wasn't the happiest. I was a little disappointed with himself in that interview. You can check out on Sports Today, but a bronze is what Manu Bhakar and Sarabjot Singh finished with. Manu though still has a chance of scripting history. She's already done a lot, but remember on Friday she'll be in action again. There could be a third medal for Manu Bhakar, who knows. So that's how the day began, but there was some more cheer that followed, after which there was some lull. There was a few hours which didn't go well for the Indian team. Satvik Sairaj Rankireddy, Chirag Shetty beat their Indonesian opponents on the day to qualify for the next round. It was all about where they could finish in the group, and guess what, with that all-important win against their Indonesian opponent, won rather comfortably as far as this match is concerned. They finished on the top of the group. However, for the Indonesian opponents that they were playing, they too end up qualifying for the second round. The draw for the next round will be taking place tomorrow, but medal hopefuls Satvik Sairaj Rankireddy, Chirag Shetty, well on course. They won all the matches so far and are looking indeed promising. However, for Tanisha Crasto and Ashwini Ponappa, the veteran Ashwini Ponappa was in absolute tears and gutted after the two of them lost their third successive group stage match. They were really of no compared to their opponent today. I think 21-10, 21-15, that's what roughly what comes to my mind right now was the scoreline, and she was heartbroken. She was in absolute tears, and she also Ponappa also did say that this was going to be her last Olympics. Heartbreak for the two of them. However, for Tanisha, she felt that yes, she's got a long way to go, and indeed has a lot of talent going forward as well. Moving ahead to the hockey team, which is where came the good news after them being slotted in a rather difficult group. The Indian team, there were a lot of question marks whether they could go forward into the quarterfinals. Guess what, the Indian hockey team has managed to do so, even though there is Belgium and Australia that India are yet to play. But the fact that they have played 3 matches and the results were rather good for them. One draw for them, but there were 2 wins as well, one against New Zealand and then one against Ireland today. Have now those 3 results have ensured India with 7 points have done enough mathematically to be in the top 4. The top 4 teams will progress into the next round, and India, courtesy the result between Argentina and New Zealand later in the night, that paved the way for India to ensure that they are going into the quarters. This win, by the way, coming courtesy 2 goals from the Indian skipper Harmanpreet, one from a penalty corner, the other was a stroke. Both of them rather well taken goals, might I add. Moving forward, some disappointment there for Ankita, because she crashed out 4-6, if I recall correctly, is how her game ended, and there was disappointment for her. However, for Bhajan Kaur, there was some delight after disappointment in the women's team event. In the individuals event though, she's managed to make it to the round of 16. The day didn't quite go as per plan for Balraj Panwar as well, India's lone representative in the rowing in the rowing event. Remember, he made his way into the quarterfinals basis the repechage round. There he did well. He finished second in the repechage, but today he finished 5th in the quarterfinals, and as a result now he won't be competing for any of the medal positions. He will still be in Paris though. He'll be competing for the lower positions, so he's still going to be rowing for India. However, not for a podium finish. Disappointment then followed for Amit Panghal in the evening, and not just for him, for Jasmine as well. Jasmine, though, it was shocking that, even despite the height advantage that she had, she lost 0-5 to her opponent. But for Amit, it was exactly the same kind of campaign for him as it was the previous time in Tokyo. He lost by a 1-4 split verdict, but again, just the kind of result that was there the last time around for Amit Panghal, and wasn't quite able to replicate the kind of confidence that the country really had in him. He was one of the medal contenders, and shockingly though, the opponent that he lost to, he'd beaten him just a couple of years back when he won at the 2022 Asian Games, so he'd beaten him then. But today though, the opponent coming out trumps and ensuring that he was on the right side of the result this time, and that's how the day ended. The day ended with archery. Dheeraj there featuring in the archery event, and it all looked good for him. It went down to the shoot-off. In the shoot-off as well is where he lost. In fact, prior to the shoot-off, he had a bit of an advantage as well. He was leading in the lead up to the shoot-off, but in the shoot-off is where it was decided by the barest of margins. It was a very, very small margin, courtesy which, and what happens in the shoot-off is you see who hit or who was farther away from the center. Unfortunately for him, he hit far from the center as compared to his opponent, and that's where he lost in the shootout. So the campaign ends for Dheeraj as well. However, the day will be remembered for India securing their second medal, and that came courtesy Manu Bhakar and Sarabjot Singh as well. Our coverage here on Sports Day will continue. We will get you the very latest on day 5, day 6 as we go all the way till the 11th of August. You know what to do. You need to hit the subscribe button. You need to tap that bell also, so that you get informed every time we come live to you with a new offering.